my partner's dad saw me like in lingerie before my partner ever did, which is just the way the job goes. Hi, I'm Roo Morgue and I'm an adult performer. I've been on OnlyFans since around 2016. Guess I kind of was one of the original OnlyFans people. Oh my god, I sound like such a hipster. I wanted to start an OnlyFans account because I like being my own boss, don't like answering to other people. It was like ideal for me. I do find OnlyFans quite empowering because I do love being in control of my own content, and that is so good for me, especially when people are so used to working for somebody else. My family are all really supportive of my job. I've got a fiance, you know, he's really cool about it. I'm really lucky that everyone's really supportive. I've been with my fiance for 7 years, coming up to 8 years, and he's been there the whole journey. So I was with him before I started OnlyFans and we made content together, so I've been quite lucky with that. So as well as OnlyFans, I am a dominatrix, which means female domination. I control men, basically, simple terms. I also am a webcam performer, so I'll talk to people over like Skype or in a webcam system on different websites. I think that OnlyFans can help improve your confidence because I didn't used to be that confident, but the longer I worked on building my career, building an image, making my own content and being proud of it, that really helps boost my self-esteem. So I think that it can help people with their confidence in a lot of ways. I think OnlyFans can make a lot of dreams come true, especially with my creative visions, because I don't have to work for somebody else and put myself in a box. Whatever I want to wear, whatever I want to be, I can just be that on OnlyFans. A shoot that I really enjoyed was where I took myself to a hotel on my own, got loads of wine and loads of costumes, and I was just sat there laughing, talking to the camera, filming the most ridiculous things, and I was like, hey, that's content. So I didn't make any plans, I just got drunk in a hotel room and filmed it. That was fun. So when it comes to posts on OnlyFans that I'm proud of, it tends to be the cosplay stuff. So recently I did a Nurse Ratched sort of cosplay with a yellow blazer, Sarah Paulson Real Nurse. I was really proud of that one. Ooh, the weirdest thing I've had to do on OnlyFans? See, I'm a fan of weird. So probably the most outlandish thing I've been asked to do on OnlyFans is giantess fetish. I'm 5'2", so I'm not a giantess, but I did a whole video like pretending to eat this guy, you know? It was fun. Where is my Oscar is what I'm asking. So when it comes to special outfits and stuff for OnlyFans, my favorite thing to wear is latex. So it's kind of like rubber garments. I must have spent over £1,000 on latex. And if you don't even wear it that often, it's like, to a picture, put it away. Okay, so my favorite outfits to wear on OnlyFans that give me the most confidence, those like feathery robes, you know, the, oh, I just killed my husband type robe. That is my favorite thing to wear. The story of how me and my fiance met is absolutely hilarious. His dad's a photographer, and he shot content of me before me and my partner got together. So my partner's dad saw me like in lingerie before my partner ever did, which is odd to say, but it's just the way the job goes. It's so weird. So I'm pretty easygoing. There's very few things that I won't do content-wise. Of course, I have my limits and my boundaries, but I'm open to anything. I love fetishes, kinks. As someone who likes BDSM, I can actually enjoy something I'm doing on OnlyFans. That's fun for me. I'm just very fun. One thing that OnlyFans creators really have to struggle with is that celebrities can post nude photos, whatever, on Instagram without the ban hammer coming down. Whereas if you're a content creator, if you post nudes, even lingerie photos, anything suggestive, you will get deleted so fast. And that is all to do with discrimination. So I think that celebrities should have their own platform where they could do raunchy photos and let us have OnlyFans for sex workers. One of the other big issues with celebrities getting OnlyFans is a lot of them are scammers, so they'll misadvertise what they're actually uploading. So Bella Thorne being like, oh, I'm gonna put all these nudes on OnlyFans, and then it's like, not even nude. This doesn't look good for us as sex workers because they just think it's funny because they don't really care if they're scamming people, but for us it's like, well, those guys now think we're like that, whereas, you know, because they don't want to put nudes online at the end of the day, but they want people to think they do because then they can get the money from people clicking on their OnlyFans and whatnot, so it's just really annoying. If you do OnlyFans or any kind of sex work, there is pressure to look a certain way, like beauty standards conventions really make people feel like they need to get this filler, that surgery. Now I do have a lot of filler and whatever else, mostly because I enjoy body modification, but what I would say is don't feel pressured into a certain look because beauty standards are always changing. I think that society is ridiculously judgmental of people who make content on OnlyFans. There's very much this kind of fear and almost like a Catholic terror of what people are doing, and I think that everyone needs to just mind their own business and calm down. I haven't experienced too much of a lashback about OnlyFans myself. I get the odd like weird comment, but I think because I'm quite confident I scare people away. I've been quite lucky in that I've not had any fans that have been too creepy or stalkery. I've heard so many stories about people turning up at like models' houses and horrifying stuff. I think that because I'm quite intimidating apparently, I put people off. But I think it's important if you are a content creator, be quite careful about sharing like your personal details. Don't trust people too much because there are weirdos out there. My favourite kinks that I like being asked for on OnlyFans are all female domination related because most of it is just me talking and being really mean. And obviously there are a lot of sub kinks within that, so like foot domination, small penis humiliation, cock and ball torture. There's just all sorts of things that I can be doing, but I just love that because I don't have to do much apart from just be nasty to men. It's lovely. I think with like the COVID thing, they've had loads of people just signing up for a little bit, just that extra bit, and then like not doing it anymore. So there was an influx of people who literally have never done it in their lives and then they've just vanished, which is fair enough. Like, get you back. Like, it's ridiculous how people have lost their jobs. So I'm not really against it, but there's a lot of people like, oh, look at all these new people. Like, for God's sake. It's like people fucking working at Primark don't get mad about temps coming on, so why are we getting annoyed about it? Since I was a teenager, I always wanted to be an alternative model. I had like model pictures of my Warmer, Sweeney Max, like Bianca Beauchamp, like all the big like models I was so obsessed with. So I've kind of like become what I wanted to be. Oh, so my funniest request on OnlyFans, I think it's less a request and more like, because I've been doing a sex work for a long time, people kind of quote things I've said in videos at me in my messages. I'll open a message and be like, oh, Rugo. I'll be like, no. I'm a little bit cautious when it comes to recommending OnlyFans to people because I think that you need to really sit down and think about the pros and cons, but it's really worked for me, so I'm quite positive about it. When it comes to OnlyFans, I think it's quite important to have boundaries, especially because some people will want to take up your time just talking to you. So I'll say, if you want this or that, tip me a little bit extra. If I was 80 years old and my grandchildren, don't even like children, not gonna have them, discovered my OnlyFans, I'd be like, well, grandma used to be young and hot. I have had content leaked a lot over my career, but it's always my rubbish videos, so I'm like, aha, I keep taking the ones I don't care about. I have met fans in public before, but what tends to happen is they'll see me and then they'll be on like Instagram later like, hey, I think I saw you in Manchester. And I'll be like, yeah, did I look really angry stood next to a suitcase? That was me. So I've heard like people being like, oh, people come and talk to me, it makes me feel really weird. To be fair, I'd rather they would come and talk to me because I feel like people are always watching me. As for in Manchester, I'm surprised how often like, I get recognised. Obviously not now because nobody's out, but when it's normal, like I get seen all the time. I got into sex work while I was at uni. My student loan wasn't covering as many things as my expensive teenage self wanted to buy. So I was on FetLife, which is a fetish website. It's like a kinky Facebook. And I had people asking me, oh, you should sell videos. So I started selling videos through there. And from that, I then got into camming. And then when OnlyFans started, I then started a profile on there. And so it was kind of like a snowball effect of starting one thing and then starting to the next, and then eventually found OnlyFans. I think that OnlyFans can be a good answer if you need extra money, but you do have to think about the stigma and what will happen, you know, if you end up in a career where they find your content and then they don't hire you. You have to weigh up the pros and cons. If you really think about it and you want it as like a supplementary income, I think it's a great idea. We're not really supported by the government right now. I can see why so many people are turning to OnlyFans, but I'd say just think about like the future ramifications because some people really do struggle with them. So when I meet a stranger, someone new, I kind of have to gauge whether I can explain what my actual job is, which can be difficult. I feel like people should just be able to come out and say it. So I usually just start with content creator and test the waters from there.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Kevin Hart.
Hi, my name's Eric Stonestreet.
Hi, I'm Margot. I'm Journey.
I'm James McAvoy.
I'm Daniel Radcliffe.
I'm Rebel Wilson.
I'm Jeremy Clarkson.
I'm going to be translating some Scottish tweets for It's Gone Viral.
On It's Gone Viral.
Ooh, on It's Gone Viral.